Is this what we're doing today? I never started recording it.
Okay.
Look, now I'm watching to see if it's recording for a second.
All right. My money don't. It never does. Yeah.
That's a lot. My money don't jiggle jiggle.
My money jiggles and fold. I need both, you know. I need both of it, don't you know? When I get run in the bank and I run out of money, I need it all day because my honey is a honey. She needs a coconut, right? If it don't for you, better get the change out so you don't choke. I'm just telling you. That's my baby. So I need the money. Fold, jiggle. I need it all, don't you know? See, I can add some of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good thing you stuck with Coral.
Yeah. Go ahead, let's start it. Oh.
It's been started.
Oh, Lord.
And I ain't gotten it out.
Oh, Nelly. Okay.
Oh, you brought that back. Oh,
Nelly.
That's an old one.
I mean,
That's an oldie but a goodie.
For real.
So how are you this fun day?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Well, as we said, this time next week, it'll be over and school will have started. School has started. And it's all over.
It's all.
Everything's submitted. Documents uploaded. Programs completed.
And here we go.
I've already done 2 of my assignments for this week. What?
Okay.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, so. I still don't have 1 book.
Really?
Yes. I canceled my order at the school. And I got it off of Amazon.
Well, that's how you do it. Because sometimes you will wait forever. The semester be halfway done before your book show up sometimes.
Let me tell you what I saw.
What?
Mr. Professor. Mm-hmm. On the Canvas thing that I'm on, there's a thing that says people, and you can click on it and see everybody in your class.
Yes.
Well, I didn't have that last year.
Why? Some teachers don't make it available.
Why? Well, they need to not make it available.
Why?
People don't need to know who I am. They don't need to know my journey.
They don't need to know my story. They don't need to know what I've been through.
Meet me on the discussion boards, guys. Meet me on the discussion boards.
Well, it will be a discussion. Because you're a keyboard killer. You know how to jump right up in there.
Oh, listen now. Listen.
Period, comma.
I ain't even playing.
It's much more.
Anything exciting happened this week? Beyond all of those things that we just said?
Oh, come on. Well.
That's a coffee pot in the background, guys.
I mean, for real. But, last week when we were talking all about all our adventures, in my haste, it's a few things I just kind of forgot because,
You said in my haste.
In my haste of trying to read off. That's why I don't check. That's why I don't like.
Roll call,
because you just miss stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my goodness sake, the Fusion Fest stuff and how involved that stuff, was. It's like so many other things. I said, I forgot. And then one of the biggest things I just forgot because I was so swamped up was our church, Tuscaloosa United Methodist Church. Shout out. That season, the holiday season was wonderful when we did our cantata and all that went involved in it. It was absolutely fun to see that choir up there singing and it was just fun. Mm-hmm. Some of the sweetest people there and oftentimes, sometimes churches can be, interesting, But
no, listen, we ain't even touching on that today.
I said, maybe one day we'll do a podcast on that.
No, I won't.
I said, listen, it'll be a standalone.
It'll be you and TD Jakes.
Listen, it'll be a standalone. Let me tell you. No, but seriously, but I will say this that Tuscaloosa United Methodist Church is, it's just a great place with some, great, beautiful people, and they're genuine.
They really are sweet,
and they're genuine.
And I will take ownership over that because I think I totally forgot to say, I was still traumatized by 24 candlelight shows. So I kept talking about the 24 candlelight rather than Tuscaloosa.
Oh no, listen.
So my bad.
No, that's okay. It's not a bad thing. They call us perfectly imperfect. And it's not a bad thing. You just forget sometimes. But that being said, I just want to give that personal shout out. And I'm gonna go through some more roll calls because I forgot a couple more things also. But that was fun. It was a whole lot of fun. And then the children sang during the cantata. They were so sweet. The little babies coming up. So shout out to all involved. And Pastor Heather did a very powerful message. And so it was just it was just a great season of joy, I should say. Tampon.
Well, you worked that in.
For real. But anyway, so yeah. So that was the last part.
Did you shout for joy?
Boo. Dun, 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 dun. That was a hard one to get. You slipped on that.
Listen, first of all, you can boo it all you want to. I'm not choral. So that I just made a choir joke that went in with your choir joke.
It didn't fit.
Actually, it did.
It did fit. Can we not fight?
That seems like it's up to you today, doesn't it?
Oh, good. Yes, I love it. I got the power. No, but
it's getting kind of hectic.
And that's ADD fighting ADD. I'm joking.
I didn't fight it. I embraced it.
Jump right into it.
I just jumped on that ride right with you.
But that makes, in all seriousness, that it was just a wonderful season of just music making from nonprofit to nonprofit world to the to college to church. It's just it's absolutely just a great season.
To the private sector.
To the private sector. Yeah, absolutely.
I got your business names.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, they're a corporation, but
The what?
It'd be the for-profit and the not-for-profit.
I mean, you got me. Yeah.
But then you said church, which would fall under the not-for-profit.
Yeah, after I said church is not profit.
I just wanted to let everyone know that you knew what you were talking about.
I mean, honestly.
Because you sounded like you didn't for a minute.
But there's always.
But I know you do.
But there's somebody saying, wait a minute, church ain't that. No.
Yes, and then I'll get an email about it.
I mean, honestly.
You need to let Jeff know that, like, honestly, church is like, let it go.
Let it go. I was just making a mistake. I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So, anyway.
Yes.
So let's move on.
Bring it down.
So this week, let's talk about this week. This week is a large week.
I might not have been done.
Yeah, I thought you were. But go ahead on.
No, I was.
I thought you were. Anyway. So who's up? If
Why
we fight,
is this week big?
If we fight, who's it up to now?
No. That time it was in my court.
Okay, just check.
I just picked up that ball and launched it.
I said, really? Well, it's like you said, the first week of school. So excited. I'm in my conducting class, my choirs. So I'm excited about that. But then, FMEA conference. So I'm always excited about attending the FMEA conference and meeting and greeting all my friends and colleagues and getting inspired by going to different sessions. So I'm always happy about that. And then on top of that, Thursday night was so neat is that my college choir is going to be singing in the Thursday night concert series. We'll be right before the U.S. Air Force. So it's like, I think the
Air
band,
Force is singing.
I think the Air Force band, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but yeah. So
off we go into the Wild Blue Yonder.
No, the band. So
Boo Y'all Air Force.
That's right. I forgot. That's right. That's right.
612th Air Intelligence Squadron, 323 highly motivated, truly dedicated, bloodthirsty Air Force recruit. Hoorah!
Yeah, I forgot you was in service. But
just got a reminder.
So excited about that. Getting the students out as part of the process of continuing to build off of what has been established at UCF. The next step in that evolution, because the work that Dr. David Bruner and Dr. Kelly Miller had done before me. So the next step in that is that, okay, now let's further get us out there. Because this helps with recruiting. It helps with so many things to let you know that UCF is such a special place. So that concert will be this week. So we're in rehearsals for that and way to come into a rehearsal. But what's so neat was right here, they met this Saturday. And this past Saturday on their vacation.
Oh yeah, they do that.
That is so sweet.
I was there.
You sure were there, and it was wonderful at Tuscaloosa United Methodist.
Right.
Thank you, Heather, for allowing us to use the sanctuary for that rehearsal.
And
space.
Heather, thank you so much for having coffee, because I found it.
I mean, she sure did.
And had a cup. I was freezing. You could have hung me in there.
No, you couldn't. It was not that cold.
But,
really?
Yes, it was that cold. You all were standing out there like holding your faces and singing. I was sitting in your office working in a little tiny cold place.
Sorry.
On a Saturday afternoon.
Was that the coffee pot?
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, no, it was cold in there. But you didn't say the most exciting thing about FMEA. I mean, you're singing and the Air Force is going to be there. That's pretty exciting. It's in Tampa. You get to see your friends. Anybody going with you?
Oh, yes. Kristie Greenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going.
My road dog. My other half. So she'll be out there You may be interviewed on the Red and Green the podcast. Just saying, you never know.
You never know.
So,
what will this day be like?
What will this
I
day
wonder.
be? Yeah, so it's gonna be also neat to have you enter my world on that level. But you've already been to different things.
Listen, I've already been there division wise.
So, okay, pro.
I know what to do. I need a lanyard with a name in it.
Okay.
And you got to take that wherever you go. I've learned that.
Yeah, you won't be going. This is true. Man, where's your lanyard?
I'm like,
so
I don't think I fit in, sir.
This is not my world.
I'm not going to a session. I just am looking for a snack. That's really the way that goes.
I know. That's really it.
It's like, hey, I'm kind of hungry. I'm hungry.
Yeah, for real.
You know, as much as I'm hungry, I literally should be like 800 pounds.
Some people may be envious of that statement. Like, I eat one snack and I'm like, oh Lord, let me go run 12 miles.
Well, I'm that way. I just, listen, I settle into my fluff sometimes.
It's wrong with that.
I'm just saying.
Nothing.
Some days I'm just like, well, we're going to be a little thicker today and we're going to eat some pie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to happen.
It's a special occasion. What is it? I woke up.
It's Thursday. It's Thursday at 3. And there's pie. That's the occasion. Okay, that was funny.
So what we'll talk about today?
Well, we're going to answer a question that we got
from last week's podcast, because that was let's talk about what was podcast title, those who didn't hear it.
Well, first, listen to last week's. Pause right now and go listen to last week's. Jump out of this one. Go to last week's. If you didn't hear last week's, because this don't make more sense, so listen to the previous.
But
it's a continuation. We got a question. And the question was this. I'm going to slaughter it, but you'll get the idea.
Okay.
It was how... Listen, the microphone just almost fell, and I caught it at the corner of my eye. And for some reason, I thought like a bird was coming at me. Oh, I hit the mute button while I tried to pull it up. I didn't screw it in.
Okay.
I didn't screw it in. We about had a casualty.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Blue Mike. Come on. Okay. Sorry for that interruption. Real life folks, people. But the question was, they have noticed that I go to all your stuff. Well, not all of it, but 95% of your things. And I'm not in the Coral Land. You are in the Coral Land, but I still go to your Coral things. And they said that they understand that like Coral is a lot, like time consuming. And it can also be, not everybody's taste, you know? Mm-hmm. So why do I show up? How do I show up? What's the reasoning behind it? And what would the conversation look like to have their person show up because they want them to and they don't?
Mm-hmm.
So, did you understand?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't. You just was looking at me like, and more?
No.
So, I show up for a plethora of reasons. But the first one I have to say is Nancy Horn. From the time I was little, I was drug all over creation to volleyball games for my sister and anything else.
So Nancy Horn is your mother?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Nancy Horn.
Hi, Mommy. I love you.
Before you get a phone call.
Listen, Kristie. No, but Mommy drug us everywhere. If Cassie was in a church play, Kristie was at it. If Kristie was in a church play, Cassie was at it. If Kristie had a track meet or a game, Cassie was there. Vice versa. When your family, your people do things, you show up. If it's at all possible. Of course, there's going to be times that you can't. But you go. So one, I have good Southern guilt to go. Mm-hmm. That is inbred in me. But let me tell you, if you have little kids and you got a family right now, make time and force your siblings to do stuff for their other siblings.
Yeah.
I will say I've done that with my kids. And you know that.
Yeah.
Like, Jacoby would be 5 years old and at choir concerts. Did he want to be there? No. Was he squirmy? Yes. Did I teach him how to sit in a seat? Yes. Like, do you just say, here's your game and play with it? No, he sat there and he listened to the music and he learned. Like, don't just give him a tablet and let him play in the seat with headphones because it's easy. Teach him to sit and to have respect and manners for performers. I don't care if it is a cheer competition or a volleyball game or a choral concert or a recital, teach your kids to listen and be polite and sit and be supportive of their family. Because now he's 12 and he's like, somebody needs to iron my shirt for my brother's concert. We go to one of yours. He's like, what do you want me to wear? Because he wants to make sure that he looks nice for you to be proud of him. Mm-hmm. And like, but it's, I really feel like my kids are going to be so positive with their own children and their own families and show up because they already do it. In their relationships, they show up.
Right.
You know, Bella, bless her heart, when her boyfriend, his appendix, he had to have his appendix removed. It wasn't a question to her to go or not. Like, I could go to work. I need to sleep. No, you go and you sit with your people. Like, proud of them for that. So that's something to where I think that's huge. You show up for people. And when you show up for people, you should do it out of love and support and care. But, well, you go ahead and talk about on this point. What does it mean to you when I show up?
You know, it means a lot from like a bunch of reasons. One is it is beautiful to have your person there and see, one, they want to be there. Mm-hmm. Two, sometimes they don't want to be there and they're not there for the event, but they're being there for you. Mm-hmm. So even though you may not, you're not a music person per se, in terms of choral person, I should say, you're like, okay, I want to be there because you are there. And so, but then it's also neat to have you meet the people that are in my world from the standpoint of this right here. It's like, first, you want to meet who I know. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cause you want to know them. Mm-hmm. And the neat thing about it is you don't wait for them to come to you. You go to them. Mm-hmm. Only thing I got to do is introduce you sometimes. Sometimes I ain't even got to introduce you. If I'm talking to somebody and we're in a circle, you turn on, you start talking to this person right here. But 9 times out of 10, I introduce you, and then you and the other person be having a long time conversation even after I done moved on. And
yeah.
And so for me, that's beautiful. Oh, okay. Yeah. It inspires me. It's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Oh, then you ask question. Who is this? Who is that? What do they do? Why do they do it? Because you have because you're not involved, you have an outside perspective that's very unique that other people don't really have. I mean, unless from a person who's in it.
Right. Yeah, I see that.
You know what I'm saying? So, and so therefore it's beautiful for me. So it's always the next question is, where can I go? So what do we do? We'll sit down, we'll look at the calendar, we'll say, these are all my events. What can you go to?
And it's a lot. I just had to cut it.
And the other thing that's really, once we sit down and we look at, once we sit down and look at the schedule, we'll see what you can and cannot go to. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes in my life, when I conduct, it's people don't realize it's, if you're doing this, like if you're doing a gig, it is something special to when you're conducting, you look out in the audience because the people are there for their children. The people are there for, and they have their support staff. It's beautiful to turn around the audience and you have your support staff.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And it gives you a peace and a reassurance because in the conductors or performers standpoint, people don't realize how draining, how much energy you have to put out. Nor people don't realize how alone you can be sometimes.
Oh, let me tell you.
When it's done. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's when I stick my finger up, that's because I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
No, but like, that's something. Listen, I've traveled before with work. You know what I mean? Like, I went to SEMA. Like, I've done work things. Traveled through work things. And before my life. I don't have to currently. I don't want to.
Right.
But there was something that was very lonely at in North Carolina. Because when I went to Southern Division ACDA.
Yeah, Southern Region. Same thing. Southern.
Yeah, whatever that was. Mm-hmm. When I went there. And I came in like a day later than you.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Because I had something going on. I don't know. But went to Orlando. I mean, I'm a travel queen. I took my bag. I was sitting in the Delta Sky Club waiting on my flight. Mm-hmm. Went, got to the plane. Got off in Raleigh. Got my Uber. Like, slaying. Mm-hmm. Killing it at life. And I got to the hotel. And there's all these, like, signs up of, like, this choir here, this choir here, this choir here. And I went, and there's all these people. And people laughing in groups. And then I went to the desk to get the key, like, go to the room. And I never felt so lonely in such a sea of people. Because there was so much community through everybody. Mm-hmm. I was like, where you at? Mm-hmm. When I got in the room, remember?
Yeah.
Where you at? Hurry up.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, that happens even with people who are in that community. You say you can be in a room of a bunch of people and still feel alone.
Yeah.
And, as I told my choir yesterday, my conducting class yesterday, you are not, because we was talking about conducting in different gigs, and how you are not your resume. Mm-hmm. You're not. You're not. Those are things that you've done. It's not who you are. And so the many things that you've done, the more alone you make him feel. Mm-hmm. And so it's, for my standpoint, it's beautiful. And those who do this, you understand. You look out and you see a person out there who may hate every piece of music that they are listening to, but they're sitting there and smiling. And it's like, yeah, because they know the importance of being there. And keep in mind, conquering your own fear of, I'm alone since I got here. Oh no, you came by yourself. Mm-hmm. You came by yourself. And to some people, that's no big deal. To some people, that's a big deal. You came by yourself. You said, if my person's going to be there, I'm going to find a way to make it happen. Mm-hmm. And then you do this all alone. And then you get there and you see all these people and like, your girls are not there. I'm in rehearsal. You're all alone. So you could have went to your room and say, my anxiety is too much. Mm-hmm. I can't do this. But you also realize that it's a lot larger than you. Yeah. We are larger than me. Yeah. And so as a result, what you do is you go past that fear for the greater good. Mm-hmm. The health of the relationship, the health of. And then you turn around, you sit there and say, that's my boo. That's mine too. Mm-hmm. And then that's where the pride walks. It has nothing to do with how you look. You're stunning. It has literally nothing to do with how you look. It has everything to do with your inside. And people say, oh, that's cliche. That's literally the truth. It's how you are on your inside and the strength that you have. No, that you conquer. The fear that you conquer to be there for your person. That lasts way longer than anything physically on the outside.
Well, and I'll tell you this. One, thank you for acknowledging my rapping. I do invest in it.
I mean, you do like a boss. And when people try to make a small comment, you're like, you crazy, but yes, and I love it. Won't you try it?
My favorite thing.
They cannot insult. They don't know. They can't insult you, though. It's funny.
I mean, like, listen.
Just give a compliment.
When they're like, oh my God, she uses filters and fillers. Like, it's not. Yes. Yes, I do.
It's like, yeah,
and look, I'm going to be immortalized so pretty.
Listen.
But then, like, if you look at, like, it's not easy. I pay for it. It ain't free.
I dial up. I said, your vanity kicks up 12,000 points. When they say that, I said, okay, y'all.
Some people get Starbucks each day. I get Botox and lip fillers. I mean, choices.
I just sit down and say, you know what? You do you, baby. But then you gotta understand something on the flip side. Because your job is totally different.
Yeah.
How then, and you talk about how then can I, or am I there for you because it's totally, your job doesn't require that of you.
No.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you have something that I need to go to, then I go to it. But it's like, it's two different things. But how is it for you then? How can I be there for you in those, you know?
I'll get there. But one thing I want to say, like, it is on my end, what you need to, not you know it, but like, since the question was posed, talk to your person. You folks are intimidating. People don't scare me because I understand that people are people. And my whole job before what I'm doing now used to be literally making angry people smile. That was my number one job. Like, and I was good at it.
Yeah.
So, but not that, I'm not saying coral people are angry. Well, there's a couple. But there's a couple I've met. But in the scheme of things, but like, seriously, it's an intimidating field. You all speak a language that commoners do not. Like, your jokes aren't funny. like you make music jokes. Honestly. Like, and to us who don't know what the words mean, it's like, but as the person, I know nothing. It's not my forte. It's not my vibe. It's not my, like, it's not my thing. I love watching you conduct. Like, somebody said it the other day. You were talking to somebody on the phone. Somebody from Voices of Liberty you were talking to, and they said, pop choral. And I thought, that's what I like. Pop choral.
Right.
Like, I like Broadway stuff. I will shimmy to that now.
Well, for real.
But that's very rare. And you don't do a lot of pop choral, honestly.
Right.
So, I don't like them long, slow ones that ain't in English. Like, it might be beautiful, but I'm not a fan. And boy, Jeff Redding loves his not English slow songs.
Absolutely.
And I'm like,
or English slow songs, and be fine with it.
Well, they might be so slow I don't know what language you speak.
I mean, honestly, depending on what the tempo is.
It's like, what? But I love watching you conduct. It excites me to watch you conduct. People get tickled watching you conduct. I've had friends take photos of me watching you conduct.
Really?
Yes. They're like, you're whipped. I'm like, it's just dreamy though. Because like, one, also, sir, your package is quite nice. Your inside's great. But you're outside. I have no problem admiring the way the Lord has blessed you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. But you got a passion for it and you're fun to watch. But you don't expect me to understand it.
No.
And I don't understand it.
Right.
And you recognize that somebody that is big in your world, nobody knows who they are in mine.
At all. Right. Exactly.
So, really and truly, though, for me, it's a blessing. Probably gives you high anxiety.
No, it doesn't.
See, I would think like it would me.
Not at all.
I'd be like, do you understand that that's the VP of the company? I'm going to need you to get in line.
I mean, tell me how to act. I behave. But I already go in kind of, and you do the same thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could just see that it being nerve-wracking because you don't have that common knowledge for the other person.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I also want people to know I'm there for you. Right. I want people to know that this is his person. I want them to know that. Like, that you're supported and that you're loved and that you're treasured. I want others to know that too. Because I'm proud of you. And so on this side, I've got 150 reasons. And let me tell you something. You people who are choir spouses, if you're listening to this, or girlfriends, or even children. There's a thing like a receiving line at the end of these shows. You know how, like, if you go to a Southern Baptist church, I think I've talked about this before, and the preacher stands at the end and they walk out and they're like, thank you, thanks for coming. Thank you. And they all want to talk to you. I like to stand there. Because if you look at my TikTok, somebody might touch your face. Listen, no, guys. I don't think I've talked about it on here. People touched your face. They touched his face. Some woman at one of them She put her hand on his stomach about 3 inches away. And I thought, I'm going to roundhouse kick somebody right here in this receiving line.
Straight there.
And I promise you, I'm kind. Keep your hands to yourself. Ladies, if a man showed up and put their hand on your stomach, if you wouldn't want a man touching you that way, don't touch a man back that way. That's all I'm saying. We all yelling and saying, be respectful of our space. Watch how you touch people. Watch how you speak to people. We got to do it back.
Right.
Wanda. Her name was not Wanda. I just made that up. But, like, it literally shocked me. Hands. I don't know where her hands had been. Right. Did I or did I not put hand sanitizer on your face?
It was hilarious. I was like, can you stop, please?
We don't know where her hands have been. You don't know what she does.
Right. And the thing about it, I was like, I don't.
That's that thing where you can't eat everybody's food.
Like, first of all, who is that person? But okay.
That was the thing. I was like, who are they?
It was hilarious.
And he was like, I have no idea.
But
that was funny.
Those things happen when you go, those people are like, who's that? Okay.
But at least then I'm standing there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And looking, I maintained decorum.
You just maintained decorum.
Listen, public service announcement, can't guarantee it'll always happen. Keep touching his face. I might just move their hands next time, put it on mine and be like, hey. Or touch theirs back. Hello. That would be funny. Get them little baby hands that you can get off of Amazon and hold them and be like,
I would die last.
That'd be funny. But to me, like, I like it for that reason. But how you reciprocate it back, but not by going to stuff, because I don't.
You're right.
Go to stuff.
Right. Like,
I've said it before. If Taylor Swift was performing in my garage, I wouldn't go see it if I didn't have to. Like, it's not that I'm a recluse. Like, I struggle with going places. Like, I'm always happy I did once I get there.
Right.
Always happy I did once I get there. It's that from sitting to going.
I appreciate the courage of wanting to go and getting past whatever is in your head to go for the greater good. That's powerful.
Well, and the thing, like, with the Epcot.
Yeah.
I missed one show.
Yeah.
And that was like 7 shows in. And I thought I would be fine. And all I could think about was that you're up on the stage and you turn around and you conduct Silent Night and there's not a face there for you. And that broke my heart. And you might not carry that. But it would me. I also appreciate the fact that there's certain things that, like, if you're going to get up and you're going to say 15 words or conduct one song, you're like, don't even bother.
Right.
Like, you can come if you want to. You always tell me I can come if I want to. But then there's ones like, if you're not going to see me do much, it's going to be a lot of sitting.
Yeah.
So you'll rate them.
Yeah.
In orders of importance. And, like, I do have a job.
Yeah.
I do have a dog who's obese now, we found out. But I got kids. Notice the order.
I
have a job, dog, and kids. That was literally in no particular order. That was just, sorry. But I would love to travel everywhere with you. Luckily, we can work it a lot of times that I can. Yeah. Because I work from a computer, so I need Wi-Fi.
Right.
That being said, you also have to travel to get there. And I also need to be a mom and a dog mom. So I can't go to every place that you go.
Right.
But you invite me to everyone. And I think that's important too. Like, and as the person, I know I'm going to be doing a lot of sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sitting and waiting. So it's not a big deal when I can work. Like, I just sit in the room, sit and wait. Meet you for lunch, which is fun because we don't normally meet for lunch. So, like, that's cool to, like, have a moment of you in the day for lunch. Or
if it's dinner, I say, hey, I'm going out to eat with blah, 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 blah. And I say, no, we going out to eat, get dressed. Yeah. Meet us down. And then a group of us go eat. Or I say, you know what? I don't feel like being around nobody but us. Yeah. That's that part of me that's a huge introvert. And people don't realize I'm a huge introvert.
That's so funny because people think, literally. Yeah. And I'm seeing it more as it goes on. And it's hilarious because you're on. Like, people don't know you. People think they know you.
And don't know me.
And they don't know you. If they want to know you, even on here, you're still not even me. I'm raw.
Right.
This is me. Mm-hmm. There's still a little bit of Jeff that's held back. It comes out more and more. And that's not a judgment call. I get it.
Right.
I get it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not judging you for it, but you're still getting a very measured portion as to what you're giving out.
Right.
In a very, what you're choosing to say. I just will say anything.
Anything.
And I don't care. If you don't like it, bye.
I'm like, girl, stop. Oh my goodness.
Like, I can block you quick. Like, okay. But I really, it's odd to see. No one would think that you're an introvert. You're loud. Mm-hmm. You laugh loud. Mm-hmm. And when I didn't know you, I thought was you. Now that I know you, it's not you. Mm-mm. It's. I don't want to say it's fake because it's not fake.
No,
it's not fake. Yeah. But it's like there's Dr. Jeffrey Redding, and you're very charismatic and almost like like a model on a runway where they can just hit their mark and turn, and you're going to do this. Mm-hmm. Like you've got that down. Mm-hmm. You can have very genuine conversations in those moments, but there's still and it's not that the person that you're engaging with in a conversation, it's not a genuine conversation, but you're even aware of your body language around you. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's your mind's always going, like, when you're in those situations. And there's times you don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And that you're like a little snuggle bunny who wants to sit on the couch with a blanket and big fluffy pillows and sweatpants.
And watch NCIS.
Let NCIS watch you.
I mean,
you turn it on.
Yeah.
And then you're gone. And you're in the corner of the couch.
Knocked out. Mm-hmm.
Or you want to get horrible, terrible food for you. Mm-hmm. Like fried chicken and dip it in blue cheese.
No.
That was me.
That's you. I said black folks ain't going to get no fried chicken and dip it in blue cheese.
Why you...
I got offended.
Wow.
You said fried chicken and blue cheese. Excuse me, ding, ding, ding. That's just not going to happen.
If it was buffalo wings. Buffalo wings is fried chicken.
There's a difference. Bubbling sauce?
No. Buffalo wings are chicken and it's fried.
Listen. Okay. Whatever you say. You're right.
You know what?
Do you see
whatever.
That? You know, I got... You see my country sound came out there? Wait a minute.
Listen. But you're very sweet. And the people who've seen Dr. Jeffrey Redding, they've seen his controlled sweet. You ain't lived till you've seen his natural sweet. Mm-hmm. I want to tell a little story.
Uh-oh.
Picture it. 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bad habit. If I wake up and I can't sleep, this is a widow thing, I will call Jeff because I need to make sure he's not dead. Don't know why I think that got dark quick. But
I mean, for real.
It's like a thing in my head where I think that, like, did I wake up for a reason? Mm-hmm. Let me call and make sure everything's okay. Then I'll walk through, check the kids, and I'll go back to bed. It's not every night. It's not 6 times a night. There's just times that it happens, and I call. Mm-hmm. And you answer. Mm-hmm. If you don't, I will call 67 times. But if you call, I answer. Mm-hmm. No, other way. I call, you answer.
Right.
I called you, and you're like, hello. I was like, hey, I just woke up. What's wrong? I was like, I just woke up. I don't know. I'm hungry, though. And you're like, do you want to lay here? You want to lay here? Like, and you just keep the phone on, and we can talk. But he'll sit there with the phone on while he's sleeping. I can hear the TV watching him in the background.
Oh, FaceTime.
Yeah, or FaceTime.
No, that's like I'm going to sleep.
And I was hungry that day. I was really hungry. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know why I was hungry. He's like, well, go downstairs and get a snack. I was like, no, I'm just hungry. And then that happened for about, 6 minutes?
Yeah.
And I kept saying I was hungry. But, like, I was just saying it. 4 o'clock rolls around. Here comes Jeff Redding with McDonald's breakfast to my house. Mm. And I had woke him up. And so he was up. And then he thought, well, she's hungry. Let me bring her food. He brought me food at 4 a.m. from McDonald's.
She ate it.
I ate it.
All of it.
All of it.
Like, look, you ever seen Pac-Man? Like, waka,
Listen,
waka, and then it was a power play. Like,
listen, I'm talking about how sweet you are, and you're making fun of me for being fat. I've already owned my fat.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I didn't see you being fat. You're not a girl, please.
I was being fat.
You were not being fat.
I ate 2 hash browns that morning.
That ain't fat. 2 hash browns from McDonald's. Them little. If that's
and a
fat,
chicken biscuit.
That ain't. Oh, okay.
Listen.
That ain't fat.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't mad about it. Not for 1 second of it.
Mm.
It was good. But things like that you do make me feel like $1 million. You taking the time to let me have a runway to say, should I wear this to your thing, this to your thing, this to your thing? You don't care. I know you don't care. No. But you humor me. Mm-hmm. Things like that.
Until I can't. Like,
I mean, honestly.
I can't. Just wear it. You look great.
But you're so good about those things. Like, you're just good at that. So, I don't think it's a tit for tat. Because it's not a tit for tat situation. Right. Like, I love you this way. And you love me with McDonald's at 4 a.m.
You know, that's what I think about you. He'd be joking and being silly. So what you guys are experiencing when she said there's a part of me, I get very uncomfortable when she talks about this kind of stuff. So I will make jokes and put off and try to real quick what I'm doing right now. Yeah. So like, cause if I was white, I'd be pink. Like,
I mean, you kind of are.
The color pink.
I know.
Anyway, so, you don't call black folks pink. So
you still blush.
So you get, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. No, anyway.
See, he's doing it. That's exactly what he's talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to move on. But no, you, in all seriousness, people ask why. I say, why not? Why not? You have to create the environment of what you also want. And if you can't, I want a man who does this. I want a person who does this. I need a person who does that. But you do the total opposite. It's about shared experiences and learning each other.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, also closed mouth don't get fed.
This is fact.
If your person tells you to go, asks you to go to something, go.
Hear that again, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah.
And listen, we can come up with a bunch of excuses of why we don't go. And I'm not saying that the reasons are not valid. I got the kids. This person needs this. I mean, this and so on and so forth. But what you must understand is this right here. At the end of the day, it'll still be you not showing up. Mm-hmm. The reasons can be valid all day, every day, twice on Sunday. But eventually, you look up and you're not there for so long. That really affects the relationship. And at the end, you ask yourself, am I even worth showing up for? Mm-hmm. If excuses, when will I be worth it? Or will it always be an excuse? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna feel like, okay, I'm alone again.
Well, and here's the thing. This is piggybacking. This question piggybacked out of after me going to 28 choir concerts or whatever it was, or candlelight. Mm-hmm. But it's not normally that many.
No.
Take the time out. Like, and you said, and I'm going to disagree a little. You said everybody has reasons and they might be very valid. And you said kids, if you're talking about your partner, your kids are not the reason. They need to be there too. They shouldn't be an option to show up either. Mm-hmm. I don't care if they're 18 months. I don't care if they're 4,842 months. Mm-hmm. If they got legs, they're not working, they're not sick, if there's not an outlying circumstance.
There's some health reasons that they can't show up.
Right. I mean, but on a standard, everyday, run-of-the-mill, show up for your family.
Even if you have a Zoom and you cannot be there, if you can Zoom in.
Right.
There's something about the effort that goes along, that can sometimes take the place of the presence.
Yeah, but I think
the physical presence.
I think a lot of times, and I've done it. Listen, because it can be like a mom flex for real.
Right.
That I can use my children as an excuse for laziness. Well, it's cold. I don't want to get the kids out. Kids aren't going to be like, shut up.
Or your job.
But I've done it.
Or your job.
Or your job.
You know, it's one thing about my daughter that just when she was growing up and in my travels, there's a few things that I would always do I'm talking about the ones who would have a kid at home. This is what I would do. We spoke every night. Every night before FaceTime, you know, and every night, and anything that she had, I was there. To the point to where I would have to get her schedule first before I even accepted a gig. Can I get back in town? Can I get back to because why? One, I wanted to be there. Two, my mom was always there. Three, my dad wasn't. So, being a dad daughter, I never wanted my child to go through what I went through. And that was always important to me. Okay, when it's the daddy-daughter dance, okay, I can remember and more important moments of time of taking her to the pool to go to swimming lessons, and I'm in the pool and we're swimming together a lot. Going from there to teaching her to ride a bike at the park. I remember that stuff. Got pictures of like crazy. Daddy-daughter dance. Kindergarten all the way through whenever. Always doing that. It was important to me. It's not about being a good or bad parent, because everyone defines good and bad differently. It's about being as present as you can be. So therefore, with my busy work schedule, I needed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so you would try to just do that stuff. So it was one time I could not be to something and I cried. And I cried because the schedule was already put, and it was something that I could not get out of if I tried. And it was like, oh my goodness sake, what am I going to do? And I will never forget my girl telling me, she said, Daddy, you're at everything. I know you love me. If you're not at this one, I'm going to be okay. What did that tell me? That I can't be at everything. But if you are at enough things, you can build a foundation where the expectation can also breed empathy and sympathy and understanding and grace.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you this. When I took Brian to the vet yesterday, a woman, like, when I was checking in and she comes up to talk, and it totally gave me anxiety because Brian and... Anyway, but she said, I know you. No. I was like, huh, hi.
No, ma'am, you don't.
And she goes, oh, are you Dr. Redding's girlfriend? She's a friend of yours on Facebook. One of her kids went to, like, was in your choir, and, like, I mean, probably 2003, something like that. Wow. It was a long time ago, she had said.
My age is.
Well, listen, 52. Not mine, though.
Whatever. I'm not 52, but go ahead. What you saying?
Anyway, but she knew me off her Facebook. Like, she'd seen me on your Facebook page and knew who I was. And I think that that's the reason I'm on your Facebook page is because it's been at things.
Right.
And I think I think it helps solidify us as a team.
Yeah.
And things. He still can't shake that cough. It's been a week. Killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
So what else did she just say? That was it?
Oh, yeah, no, like, well, you know, the regular, oh, he's so great, blah, blah.
Wow. Okay.
But, I mean, the whole point of that story was not what she said, was that she knew me.
I mean, that's what
that was my point.
That's what I was trying to get to. So what was the point? Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That was my point.
That was trying to drive to you.
But from being at things. And then people, I think it solidifies us as a team into people, but it will also do that with your children.
Yeah.
And their siblings. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go, people recognize your people.
Yeah.
Who your tribe is. And it's like, oh, look at them. That's their family. That's their unit. That's their... So, show up. Show out.
Yeah.
That's Red and Green, the podcast. That's a wrap. That'd be so funny if I literally ended it like that. Right there.
Oh, that was wrong, too. But anyway, like I said, we're back. And
again.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
I don't want to talk anymore. We're hitting that moment. Look, we still ain't got it down to where we can monitor our time right. So now we're hitting the moment where it's going to be too long and take forever to upload. So we got to go.
Anyway.
Follow us on Red and Green. Red and Green Colorblind on Instagram. Look at the show notes. It's there. The website. Read, rate, and review.
What? Don't forget
read, rate, and review.
Yeah.
No, not read, rate, and review.
No.
We ain't a book.
Read.
Listen, rate, and review.
Something like that.
Give us 5 stars on Apple if you can. It'd be appreciated. We love you guys when you do it. We love you when you don't, but we love it more when you do. Thank you.
And you've been doing it, so we love you.
I almost said that we're everywhere where you can listen to a podcast, but like you're already listening, so I don't need to say that. Yeah. You know where to find us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. We will be back next week and give you an update on FMEA and Tampa and other questions will be answered, but yeah, some good ones this time. Okie dokie.
Red and Green, again, Red and Green, the
podcast.
Bye.